Hey beans, head scratches. So part 1 of the final season of Beastars comes out on the 5th of December. And as of the releasing of this video is only about 11 days away, with the second part coming out in 2025. And I'm not gonna lie, I am super excited and also a little bit scared for this season, as to say that Beastars had an impact on my life is a bit of an understatement. Because if it wasn't for this anime and Saber Spark, but that's a whole conversation for another time. You get back down there, then I probably wouldn't have become a furry and in turn gained the confidence to create content on YouTube. So Beastars was kind of my gateway drug to finding my kind of community. Another reason I'm a little bit nervous is that I know that the season is having to cram in something like half the volumes of the manga into one season. I personally have not been able to get a hold of the volumes of Beastars given my let's say financial deficiency. I know, I'm a fake fan. I should sell all my furniture to buy volumes of manga. But with the slightly longer trailer coming out 2 weeks ago, I wanted to talk about everything I'm hoping for in the final season. And if you are somebody who has also never read the mangas, then do not worry, because I'll only be referring to the anime. So please do not spoil it in the comments if you have. Please. Oh, and I guess spoilers for the Beastars anime, but if you clicked on a final season video of Beastars, then it's kind of your fault. But before we begin, last time I asked you guys which of these foxes were the best, and you guys chose Todd. This time around, I want to ask you guys which Beastars character do you like the most? As always, put the name and reason down in the comment section below. So to sum up everything we get from the trailer, there looks to be a lot of changes coming to the Beastars anime. Because from the looks of things, Legoshi, Louis and Haru have all left a very divided Cherrington Academy. And it looks like they're trying to adapt to life outside school, which for me opens up so many possibilities for story paths. Also, as somebody who left university last year, after something like 20 years in education, I feel like I'm going to do a lot of relating with this season. We'll also see a ton of new characters and settings, including characters like Melon. And from what we can see, it does look like our three main characters are going on expected separate paths. With Haru general adulting, Legoshi on the run from the law as a milkman, and Louis going to college with a cool prosthetic leg, which has the word walk on it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of find that funny. But knowing Beastars, it's probably going to be something like really dark, and that comment will age like milk in a fursuit. Speaking of age, it does look like we're going to get a ton of insight about Legoshi's past and his family. And I'm not going to lie, seeing this frame of Jack and Legoshi being friends when they were kids just melts my heart. Man, Jack is such a good friend. I really hope he gets a happy ending. Also looks like we may have another point of view character in the form of a morally grey Beastar detective who has a conflict with their partner, which I think is a really cool idea, as it would give us a little bit more insight into how the world of Beastars works outside the school from somebody who's already living in it. So it's kind of going to be like Waka from Final Fantasy X, but you know, without the racism. But there are a lot of things that are kind of left unknown. Otherwise, it would have been a terrible trailer if it just revealed all of its secrets in one video. And there are a few things that I really hope for by the end of the season. These are just personal preferences, so feel free to tell me why I'm wrong down in the comment section, without spoiling obviously. Starting off with something I know quite a few people have mentioned before, and that's to give Cherrington Academy a strong farewell. Because I know people have mentioned that in the manga it gets kind of glossed over a little bit, but in the anime we've spent something like 2 of what will be 3 seasons inside this academy, and I've really connected to stuff like the drama club and the different species quirks. And from the look of the trailer, it did seem to emphasise a leaving ceremony starring our good Bojack. So for me at least, it does look like it's given a little bit of a focus, unless the story leans into the theme of how quickly you get thrown into the big bad world after you graduate. Keeping on the theme of connections between the manga and anime, I want to see Melon's character be fairly close to how they portray them in the manga. But Waffles, this is a manga character and you said you weren't going to talk about the manga. Well, this one is a little bit of a cheat, because one thing I noticed since the trailer came out is that people love Melon and can't wait to see him animated. And he does introduce himself in the trailer, so technically this is anime related. Sue me. But knowing nothing other than the fact that he's supposed to be a little bit mental, I really hope the anime stays true to the character and tries not to change too much about his personality and general vibe. So hopefully they keep true to this. Onto a bit more of a personal preference, But I want the ending to be a bit more open and conclusive for the world of Beastars. And I know that sounds really weird, but I would love for the character's story to have like a conclusion, but I would like the world to be open enough for perhaps future spin-offs set in the same universe. Because Power Atagaki did an amazing job with their world building, and clearly loves what they've created because they have since returned to writing Beast Complex mangas, which were the predecessor for Beastars. So there is a lot of material for a prequel to Beastars, and hopefully maybe room for a sequel. And spoiler for Game of Thrones, I don't want there to be an ending where global warming gets stabbed by Arya Stark. What I mean is that I don't want there to be an ending that gives off the "we defeated the depression boss and now there are no depressions" kind of vibe. A good and maybe controversial example I can give would be the Bojack Horseman ending, because at the end of the show you have this satisfying conclusion to the characters' stories, whilst also having a world that moves on. Meaning if the writer Raphael Bob Waxberg wants to create a spin-off set in the same universe, there's still a lot of stuff they can do without having any of the main characters from Bojack. Another personal one is if Legoshi has a love interest by the end, I want them to have a little bit of a chemistry. I say this because I know quite a few people spoke about how in Season 2 Legoshi and Haru really didn't have that much chemistry going on. And honestly, as a demisexual who has absolutely no idea how to spot people flirting, I wouldn't know the first thing about how chemistry works.
Did you learn nothing from my chemistry class?
No.
And even I felt like the relationship felt a little bit off. But from what I saw from the trailer, it does look like they want to make a bigger connection between the two in whatever room this is. Oh no! No! And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on the Legoshi and Louis shipping team because, I mean...
You're saying you can't resist it? Those feral instincts? You're struggling at having to keep them inside. Quit pretending. Come at me with everything you've got. Go ahead, Legoshi. Bite me!
He's gay. Of course, it's Louis.
I kinda doubt they'll go down this road, so I'll save that for my self-funded animated YouTube spin-off, Legoshi and the Deer Man. Coming soon to a lewd website near you. But like I said, if Legoshi does end up with somebody by the end, I want them to have a strong connection. Because, gosh darn it, can't a wolf have some love? But those are a few things I want to see in the final season. Does this list actually matter? Not really, since they've written, animated and voiced the entire anime. And it's coming out in, what, like 11 days or something? I guess we'll see what happens. I just wanted to talk about Beastars for a bit. But what are things that you are wanting to see? And again, please avoid spoilers for the manga in the comments section for those who haven't read it. Okay, I need to do the YouTube bit. And don't forget to like the video, take a screenshot and send to your co-workers, and tell me if you want to see more of these kind of videos covering anthropomorphic shows in the future, in between my furry videos. But most importantly guys, remember that you matter yesterday, you matter today, and you matter tomorrow. I love every single one of you. Mwah!